Hi. First of all, I would like to address this that I'm very glad to be a part of this platform of TEDxIIMTrichy today because it makes me feel honored and it makes me feel so great to be a part of all you beautiful students and aspiring entrepreneurs and business people in coming times. So, spark of change. You know, I think spark of change, the three words itself lights the fire in your mind. A little bit about myself, that is, I come from Calcutta. I did my schooling in St. Xavier's, Calcutta, and I came from a very strict government background where my father was an ICE officer and he was very strict with me regarding my education, regarding my, like he wanted me to be a judge, he wanted me to be, like put slashes and wanted me to be a good lawyer and all the government jobs that you could find out for me. So, I'll tell you why am I talking about my childhood a little bit so I can get the connection and then give you the story of my life so I can create a little bit of fire in your life so you can do what your mind and heart says. So here I would like to say that when I was young, I remember I always had this virtue going in my mind that how is one person who does anything that it takes to be the real true identity is bad, you know. So I just thought that, I just wanted to live my life, Gender dysphoria is amongst a very common factor that's driving in the young generation in today's time. Me in 2015, 2014, down the line, it's historic now after 2020, 2019, the pandemic that we're going through and currently we are still going through. I would call it a historic date now of prevalence that I wanted to, transition at a very young age. I remember because I just wanted to live the life I wanted to. How can someone ask for a right, which is as simple as human rights of being and focusing on your true identity? Over here, I would say that I remember back in 2013 when I left my hometown, Calcutta, and I came to a new city to pursue my dreams, my true identity. It was very hard. So I transitioned, and the story follows. I worked hard. Of course, hard work. There's no good results without hard work, and I'm here today as Nitasha in front of all of you. So here I would like to say that the spark of change, social work. I have not done any social work. What I did is just listening to my heart. What I've done is listening to the spirit and the soul that I've heard every night when I was a child, in my childhood days before going to sleep. I just heard that woman inside me, the little girl inside me that wanted to break through and shatter the walls and be who she was. I always told myself that how can it be wrong to wear a woman's cloth, which is as simple as just a cloth, I would say. I think the best cloth is our skin. Our best cloth is our skin. Our best, cloth that we are wrapped is our skin. So over here, a sari can be worn in different styles. When you go to South India, it's worn in a different beautiful manner. When you come to my hometown in Calcutta, it's worn in different manner. You go to Assam, it's worn in different manner. You go to Himachal, it's worn in different manner. It's the same cloth wrapped in different bodies and different styles. How can that be wrong if a person wanted to transition? I remember when I transitioned, it was not easy. I had to go to various doctors. I had to go through a lot of counseling departments to get my basics done. I mean, now in 2022, things are much more easier. Things are not that great as well, but yes, it's coming to a better position than what I have faced in 2013, 14, 15, during my early days of my transition. I would like to say that the spark of change that I ignited in 2017 by winning India's first transgender beauty contest winner is what I light. I would say that the splinter just began from then. And the splinter is far away from burning into huge fire stand because I'm still fighting and I'm still on the virtue and the fight of the road that is still ongoing. I would like to say that when I started this journey, what I did was just sharing my journey to every one of you, like I'm doing it today. How that could be so wrong to society, the fragmented society that is done by you and me and the mankind and the civilization that we're living today, that it's wrong to live your true identity. I would, I would like feel so bad to call it a social service, because living your life of true identity is not social service. Living your life with your true identity is your right. It's your fundamental right as per the preamble, as per the Constitution of India. I would not even want to discuss about this, because when I was born, I was already endowed with all these methodology, the rules and regulations done by our beloved India. It's already on us, because every child has the right to live the way he or she wants to, with their heads up, and do anything that it takes to call them a good human. So I would like to say that when I was young, I remember I told my elder brother that, how can, living your true identity be so wrong to people's eyes? And people would say, okay, the third gender is wrong, the transgender women are wrong. We have been fighting a long war. And that is exactly, we call it a social service for each other. I'm not doing a social service to, bring someone's life betterment out of, misery. I'm doing this to light fires in every houses where there is one Natasha, where there is one person who's fighting a war. This gender dysphoria has been, huge reason for a lot of scenes like suicidal cases, to recent school case that a child has committed suicide, jumping from the 15th floor. Let's not name the child, let's not name anyone over here, but the act is heinous. It breaks my heart to see a 10th standard student to jump off a window from a house, the 15th floor, to just knowing that the person would die. It breaks my heart, it breaks my spirit to what I'm fighting for is failing. And I would say that I wish that the world is not this in the coming time. And that is exactly I'm doing here. I'm fighting a war every day for all those voiceless people who are in the house, are trying to be someone. And I think there's no harm in being someone who wants to fight for the true identity. The spark of social change again comes from here, that today whoever's listening to my talk and whoever is sitting there could be one of the person who is undergoing gender dysphoria already. And to my belief, you as a person, everyone's life is as important as mine. Even the person who is saying this right now, your life is important as mine. So every voice matters, every voice counts, every voice that is present here matters to one another, because a voice can spark a huge fire to change. And I think this is exactly what we are working out on. And my virtue of working over here is the same, because I always wanted that people accept one another, they stand for one another, and this is exactly how we can call a better India. If we go to the statistics a little bit, I was going through the statistics of suicidal cases in our country due to ill treatment by family, due to not acceptance, due to not having a good, facility that they would be accepted for who the person is, or how they can come out and look for a job. The statistics of suicide is way high. The statistics of suicide is way high. The statistics of employment is way below. And this is happening due to lack of education. I always said that education is one of the strongest weapons that can change the world tomorrow. Not weapons, not by just lighting a small fire. That fire needs to be handled by millions of us. I'm looking forward to a world where all these statistics of suicide, employment, and acceptance goes much better. So tomorrow we see a better human acceptance. Tomorrow we can coexist with one another. We can love one another and respect. The smallest thing as humanity that we are part of can give us respect to each one of us. I respect your life, you respect my life, and together we can create such a beautiful India and a beautiful place to coexist. So, I wish that down the line, the statistics of us as transgender people and the social work, the spark, I would again say social work is the wrong word. It's just raising a voice of choices. So we all as one community, that's humanity, can change and bring about a life that's much more organized, much more together, and we can all, work together and study together and create a better future, a better future for all of us. How beautiful would you see to have intelligent transgender people, individuals sitting next to your classroom and creating difference and creating much more better co-spaces to work together. Go home, think. This small little ignition, the fire that can change your mind, and I wish that happens. And I hope that the little bit time that I've given to you, I wish I could fly to you guys and create more impact. But then I think words and digital media is good enough to share. The new media is good enough to share our life, and stories. Go and light the fire. You are not alone. Make sure you go home and live your life of dignity and the true self that you have within yourself. Lots of love. Thank you.